Top 7 Stories About Bad Experience at a Doctor's Office. Story 1. I thought I had a broken nose. The doc was showing me, on a heavy glass X-ray plate, that my nose was not broken. But as I was looking up, he dropped the plate on my nose and broke it. Story 2. Not me, but a close friend. She was having debilitating migraines, to the point she couldn't work or function. She waited nearly a month to see a neurologist. Upon a brief examination, he said, "You don't have anything wrong with you. Just exercise and try not having headaches." 3 months later, he finally relented and did an MRI. She had massive lesions on her brain. She was diagnosed with MS. The smug bastard was somehow irritated she had a positive diagnosis. Her health wasn't as important as his ego. Story 3. I was in my early 20s and very naive. I began having GYN problems and started seeing a gynecologist at the county hospital. I knew his exams were weird and I hated them because he would be doing things that didn't seem necessary. One day I was in the exam room waiting to see him when I heard the lady in the next room yelling at him to "Stop rubbing my clit, you fking pervert." This was back in 1984, doctors examined you without a nurse in the room. I ran out and never went back. Story 4. I had pinched my sciatic nerve pushing carts at work. He accused me of having very kinky sex while my GF was in the room. I told him it was at work, and he assured me he would not judge me if it was from sex. He then gave me OxyContin and told me whenever I needed a refill I should call him and he'd make sure I had plenty. Very weird. The other is super mild, but he kept farting. Like the whole time he'd fart every few minutes. Story 5. Dealing with my daughter's illness and having doctors downplay it, ignore her pain and tell me it was all in her head. Until she died from her imaginary illness. I find it very difficult to deal with doctors anymore after witnessing the widespread incompetence and shitty behavior. Story 6. I went to a clinic to see a doctor about a fever and body aches and informed him I was allergic to NSAIDs. He said he'd give me something and it was not an NSAID. Went home, swallowed the pill, immediate allergic reaction starts. Rushed to the A&E of a hospital where they pumped me full of drugs to stop the allergic reaction. And the doc there asked me why I took the NSAID. I think the A&E doc reported the clinic doctor because he was never seen again. Story 7. Was 17, had an infected ingrown toenail. My pediatrician tried cutting and digging it out with what looked like pliers and bracing his leg against the table. After fking around for a bit he realized he wasn't going to get it. No numbing gel or anything. Hurt like a mofo. Scheduled an appointment with a podiatrist, he numbed it, had it removed in about 2 minutes and told me to never see that doctor again. Please, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to notifications for new incredible stories from Reddit.